So I actually have a surprise for you.
What happened? Oh my God.
Found it.
What?
What are you guys drinking?
He just found my favorite beer. I thought we had none
What is
anymore.
that?
It's girl, I don't even know if I can pronounce this. Jai Alai. It's a craft beer, and it's an IPA from
What?
Cigar City Brewing. I found it at he found it at this local liquor store that's by where we live in Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like the only place that I know that carries this beer. I haven't
Nice.
tried Benny's or anything, but yeah, I've been craving this, and I'm like, and he found
I
one
gotta
for
check
me.
it out.
Huh?
I gotta check it out.
Yes.
Give it a try.
What are you drinking?
Classic.
Oh, nice.
La Familia.
Corona Familiar.
Nice. Okay, so wait, are we in the podcast already?
I'm already recording, so.
Oh, oops. All right.
So if you want to just start like that.
Yes. Sorry, guys. Welcome back to Hola, Bonita's podcast. This is our 7th episode, and we're here with our guest, Ivonne Jimenez. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce her to you guys.
Hello.
I have a whole intro for you, okay? So hold on.
Oh, I feel fancy. Okay.
Yes. All right. So Ivonne is a Mexican beauty born in the sunny state of Cali. She recently moved to the Chicago suburbs a couple years ago and started her own business. She's a brow master who specializes in permanent makeup, and she's also a full-time mom and wife. So thank you, Ivonne, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So how was your move from California to Illinois?
It was actually less stressful than I thought it would be. We drove out here with my daughter, who was 2 at the time, and my dog, my husband and I, and we just did the road trip. I thought it was going to be a lot more stressful with a two-year-old and a dog. Yeah, but no,
How many
it wasn't too
hours?
bad.
How many hours
I
driving?
think it was 37 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, dang.
It was a 2.5 day trip or a 3 day trip. But we were stopping like every 3 hours and like taking the dog on a walk and then the baby, and that helped a lot. So It wasn't too bad. But once we got here, it was hard getting used to the weather.
Yes, because you lived in California your whole life, right? Before moving here?
Actually, yeah. Well, I was born in California, and when I was about 2, my dad took us to Mexico, and I lived in Mexico for 7 years, and then we moved back. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What part of Mexico?
Yeah, what part of Mexico?
Jalisco.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember? You have memories like living in Mexico?
Yeah, it was the best childhood I could ever have.
Bet. I wish I would have lived in Mexico for like part of my childhood. I was only there for like my first year, so I cannot remember.
Yeah, I can imagine. So you came here when you were 1?
I was a 1 and 2 months. Yeah.
Wow. So my story is kind of like opposite of you. I was taken to Mexico, born here and taken to Mexico.
Yeah. But my earliest memory that I have has always been here. You know, I remember traveling to Mexico to visit, you know, when I was little. Mm-hmm. My mom at first, like the first 4 years that we lived here, she never got used to being here. And she said she would always cry and miss being home and like my grandma. So we would go and visit Mexico pretty often. And
that was me, dude. That was me when I came. Like I would cry to my mom. So she would send me every summer and every winter break.
Oh, yeah? Back to Mexico?
Yeah.
Do you still have a lot of family over there?
Yeah, my sister's mom's out there, and actually most of my dad's family is out there.
What part of Jalisco? Not that I know, but nunca he ido a Jalisco. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
My husband has been there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he's told me, but I'm still yet to go. I really want to go, especially to Tequila, Jalisco.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go check out.
Well, my parents are from a small town, like maybe an hour away from Guadalajara.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know Guadalajara like super well. Like we go there for a few hours when we go, and then we drive to the small town, and we spend most of our time there because it's so peaceful. Like everybody knows each other, and it's like small little town.
It's Mexico.
It's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm hoping that as soon as all this is over, we were planning going, because we went to Mexico in December, and then we wanted to go again this summer before my son turned 2, you know, to save him the plane ticket. He turns 2 in September. So we're not going to be going, girl. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, hopefully next year we're able to go. Yeah. So you're in the permanent makeup business.
Yes.
How'd you get into that? Or explain to our listeners who may be like, wait, permanent makeup?
Yeah, because I want to know what that.
I
think I know.
Well, let me get started on how I got into it. So I am a licensed cosmetologist. I got my license 10 years ago, but I did not like doing hair at all. It was just not my thing.
Not for everyone.
Liked styling it, but it was just like cutting it, coloring it. I just couldn't. I couldn't express myself. So I got into makeup, and I was a makeup artist for a few years. And then I discovered microblading, and I was just like blown away by how natural it looked and how different it was from like permanent makeup back in the day, back in the 90s.
Right.
It was just like completely different. So yeah, permanent makeup nowadays is completely different than it was before. It's more natural. And it looks like
real makeup, right?
Yeah, I just actually tattooed my lips yesterday.
Oh, I saw that. They look good.
So they're a little swollen right now, but once it heals, it just looks like a tint, or like your eyebrows, it just looks like you fill them in with a little powder. Microblading looks just like hair. So that's what I really liked about it, that you can make it look so natural. And that's who I am. Even though I like makeup, I like more of that like natural makeup, like dewy natural glow.
Yes.
When I do makeup, I don't cake it on to people's faces. I like to show like the texture of the skin and
make it look very natural.
Yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm. How was it on your lips? Wait, first of all, have you done it before, or this was your first time?
This was my first time doing it on myself. Like I haven't even done my own brows because I'm like, oh, I don't want to mess up, you know?
That would, I would assume it would be hard.
Yeah, I feel like the eyebrows are harder, so I gave it a try. I was like, quarantine made me do it.
But as far as like pain goes, how does it feel?
It was not that bad. It wasn't bad at all. I actually had to wait for the numbing cream to wear off because I couldn't feel anything. So since I can't see the needle, I had to feel if I was going too deep or not deep enough. So I had to wait for the cream to wear off. And then I was able to do it without like any numbing because normally I numb people in between. Once the numbing cream wears off, they start feeling it. I tell them like, just let me know when you start feeling it. I'll numb it again. And I didn't have to do that on myself. It wasn't bad at all.
That's crazy. Did you know that?
This is blowing my mind right now. I'm like,
my husband's like, your lips, what? I'm actually interested in that, what is it, lip blushing, right?
It's called lip blushing. Yeah. It's just like a natural tint to enhance your lips.
Yeah. Because I feel like normally if I don't wear like some type of lipstick or something, I'm like, I don't know, I feel off. I feel like
my lips had a lot of like blue undertones to them, so I kind of corrected that just to make them a little brighter.
Yeah, that's what I would want.
But it looks darker right now. I chose a lighter color, but maybe on my touch-up I'll go a little brighter.
Okay.
So wait, this is permanent?
Oh yeah. So how long does it last?
So the techniques now they're called permanent, but they're actually semi-permanent. They last anywhere. Microblading lasts 1 to 2 years. I normally recommend my clients to get it touched up every year to year and a half to maintain it. And then lip blushing and powder brows last 2 to 3 years. So if you don't get it touched up, it'll just like slowly fade away.
Like a tattoo? Like kind of?
Well, it doesn't go as deep into the skin as a tattoo.
Okay.
So it'll fade faster, but
I have a question. This is a personal question because I myself I've seen you for the henna, which by the way, ladies, if you've never done henna, you have to try it. I feel like it's a perfect like a baby step, right? Before doing microblading, because you get to see maybe like how it would look. I don't know. Yeah, the shape. And I told my husband, right? I was like, I'm like obsessed. It was so nice doing the henna. And I've considered doing microblading, but like that whole semi-permanent has always like made me a little nervous, you know? But anyways, personal question, what is the difference between microblading and powder brows? Because I follow you and I've heard you mention powder brows, but I've never, I guess I don't know the difference.
So microblading is a technique done with a tiny little, we call it a blade, but it's made out of needles that form a blade. And technically we make little hair strokes into the skin with pigment, and it looks just like hair. It looks super natural. So if you normally don't wear makeup, and you like that more natural look, microblading would be great for you. But if you like to fill in your brows a little bit more, make them look a little bit more defined, powder is the way to go, because that looks like just like you filled it in with powder. And I like that powder, you can make it as soft or as defined as you like. Some people really like their eyebrows very defined. Like for me, when I actually don't even own a brow pencil anymore, because I normally do henna on my own brows.
Yeah.
But if I were to do powder, I would to do like a soft powder look.
Okay.
Because I like it natural.
Yeah. That's so interesting. It's crazy. Like you mentioned permanent makeup in the 90s, and like you see like las señoras. I don't even know if that's permanent makeup or that's like straight up tattoos, but you see las señoras with like a line, and I'm like,
it looks like Sharpie, like literally like Sharpie.
And then it's like they haven't touched it up, so it's faded into like a weird green almost tint. And but yeah, permanent makeup nowadays is so different than that. Correct?
Yeah,
it's
and that's
like,
what's great about the techniques now is that they don't go as deep into the skin. The pigments are completely different, so they don't turn like to a green bluish color. They just
nice. Good to know.
Slowly fade away.
So what would you say has been the hardest thing about permanent makeup? Like maybe like the hardest place to do the permanent makeup on, or the hardest technique to learn?
I think microblading was the hardest technique to learn, because I mean, everything takes, like when you're learning something new, everything takes time and a lot of practice. But I feel like microblading is like, it's such an art form.
Yeah.
It literally is, because you have to follow people's natural hair growth pattern to make it blend in nicely.
So it's different on everyone.
I've seen microblading done just like everybody, the same strokes, and it doesn't blend in naturally. And to make it look natural, you have to blend it in with the natural hair pattern. And that was really hard to just learn how to follow the natural hair growth. And it was like, okay, so now I figured out how to do the head strokes, but now my top strokes need to work, and then now my bottom strokes need work, and it's always evolving. Like I'm always, even now I still practice.
I see that on Instagram. You're always posting like what do you practice on? It looks like is it plastic
it's latex.
Oh, okay.
Latex skin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so relaxing too to just practice. To me, it's
therapeutic.
It puts my mind in a different state.
That's how I feel about sewing with hair extensions. When I sew hair extensions, I'm like, I get lost in my zone. I'm just sewing. It's like so therapeutic. That and foiling. I love to foil.
Oh, foiling.
Yeah. When I have like girls with like long ass thick hair, I'm like, yes, I'm going to be foiling for 2 hours.
That would have driven me nuts when I first started doing hair. I was like,
so I find that very therapeutic.
So wait. I forgot to play the intro music for her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We got thrown off.
Hold on.
You guys have had a lot going on today trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Right,
so here the intro, and then that was your intro.
And then what and then what is your the name of your business?
It's my daughter's name, Ziania Beauty. ZYANYA Beauty.
Okay.
Ziania.
And that is, where is that at?
Where's it located?
Where is it located?
It's
in Bartlett.
In Bartlett?
Bartlett, Illinois, yeah.
Okay, so if you're listening or watching, make sure you go and visit her in Bartlett.
And then
I'll have all that information available.
Yeah. Also, check her out on Instagram. Your Instagram is?
ZYANYA Beauty.
Okay.
Cool.
It'll appear on the screen.
Yeah, we'll have that.
I know it's
available. So that's such a pretty name. Where does her name?
Yeah.
Does it mean something?
Yeah, it means eternal, always and forever.
Nice. It's a first for me. I've
Ooh,
never seen it.
That's deep.
Yeah, that's so cool. Especially to carry it as like the name of your business brand. I feel like that's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
So talking about your business, you were doing microblading in California, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then you moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you were in California, you already had like your business, or were you working for somebody?
I already had my business. I was working in a salon, but I was not renting, it was commission.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we were doing commission at a salon, and then I moved here, and I was renting a room in Wheeling, or actually no, I was doing commission in Wheeling, and then I was like, no, that's way too far because I live in Hanover Park. So then I looked for a room in closer by, and I found one in Bartlett. I wish I would have found you. Oh my God, I love your place.
Thank you.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
But so yeah, I started renting there. But I was still flying back every 8 weeks because I had clients in LA still, and it was nice to see my family every 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So I packed my bags with my daughter at the time because I only had one kid, and we fly out every 8 weeks.
That's crazy.
And then my son was born, and then it was the three of us.
So you had like your set clientele in California, and then moving from California here and starting all over again from like zero. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Good
that
for
was
you.
hard. Yeah, it's still like I'm still trying to build.
Yeah,
trying to build my clientele, and it's been hard because starting all over from zero.
Definitely. But I feel like nowadays it's really helpful with social media.
Yeah,
so, right?
Social media. Sorry, I'm outside.
It's okay.
Loud as car. Social media has helped me a lot, building my clientele. That's where you found me.
I know. I saw a video on Facebook that I believe you shared on what's happening in Elgin.
Mm-hmm.
And it popped up, and I'm like, wait, there's henna tint, and she's waxing, and it looks so bomb. Like, I have to try her out. So, yeah, I only got to go to her once, and then the pandemic happened, and my brows are looking crazy now. But I'm, like, waiting for this to be over so I can go see you again.
I know. Me too. I'm having work withdrawals.
What part of California were you from?
So I say I'm from LA, just like, I don't know, you guys probably say you're from Chicago.
But we're not.
But I'm from the San Fernando Valley.
Okay.
So Southern California.
Southern California?
Yeah. Nice. I've only been to Southern California. Have you been to Northern California?
No.
No, yeah, we've only been to Southern.
So I do have a question for you, and it's kind of out of...
the topic?
Off topic.
What happened?
Mm-hmm.
So, tortillas el milagro. You know how there's a shortage here?
Her face.
Yeah.
So,
are you
in
struggling?
California, Milagro's not over there, right?
No, I discovered them here, and I'm like obsessed. I even shipped them to my brother in Hawaii.
What?
So they're good, right?
I packed a box with them.
Wow.
So good.
So what's the go-to brand out there in California for tortillas?
We don't really have a go-to brand. It's just like whatever Guerrero, I guess. I don't know.
So there's
they're
no
not
milagro.
that great.
No?
No, and it's weird because they should have great tortillas in LA, you know?
Right?
Yes.
Hello. That's crazy.
I told you.
Or maybe I just hadn't discovered them yet.
We need to have a nationwide tortilleria.
Because we recorded another podcast and we were talking about tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, is El Milagro out in California?
We were wondering.
What's the go-to? Because when we go to LA, I remember thinking like, I want El Milagro tortillas.
Yeah.
Like that taste.
When we're there, you know?
Mm-hmm. My mom's tortillas are the best for me.
Oh, yeah,
so your mom makes homemade tortillas?
Yeah.
So my husband has family in Georgia, and that's what his tia does, right?
Yeah, they they don't buy tortillas. It's
Porque
straight.
no hay tortillas que estén buenas.
Yeah.
So they make their own.
So it's all like everyday tortillas.
Yeah, my suegra was saying how like her sister, su tía, she, you know, she lives by herself, right? She said?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think so. Her kids are grown, so they're moved out of the house. And so she lives by herself, and every day se hace su masa for her 3 or 4 tortillas. That's
She
it.
wakes up.
But every
For
day,
that.
just because that's what she does. And I'm
Because
like,
fresh tortillas are so bomb. They just like,
so
I can eat like 10 tortillas.
girl,
They're
I don't even
freshly
count
made.
them. So it could be 10, it could be 20. I don't know. Like, no, if I'm eating El Milagro, I'm like, okay, 3 is my limit. Maybe 4 if I'm really, really hungry. But I try to keep it at 3. And then when my suegra makes them,
yeah,
I have no clue.
You don't even count.
I don't count. I don't want to know.
So did you stock up on tortillas before? No.
No, I didn't know. My husband went to the grocery store the other day and he brought some. Oh my god, nasty tortillas! I was like, these aren't even good for chilaquiles. Like,
not even for that.
No.
There's this actually place in Elgin. It's called La Cosecha. And they're known for their flour tortillas, and I hear they're really good. So I have to try them todavía. I haven't tried them, but my mom called me and she's like, you have to try them. And she was actually thinking of dropping some off. So we'll try them.
I was gonna learn how to make flour tortillas, but
it sounds hard.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. I've tried before and it just I just gave up. So I'd rather go buy them.
Yeah, I haven't attempted it, but it sounds hard. Corn I've attempted just with like the masa that you go buy. Like I didn't even prepare the masa and it was a fail for me. So it's something that I still want to like try and learn, hopefully. But
I've tried it. I just get the powder masa. I just don't know when to flip them because you have to flip them at a certain time before they're like cooked from one side, and then you got to flip them back, and then I don't know.
That's what my suegra was saying actually. At first, like she struggled to like she was talking something about like the temperature of the comal. Like it has to be like a certain.
It's like a whole science.
Yeah, it has to be a certain temperature para que se inflen.
It's an art form, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what? And now that she's making a lot more lately because we don't want to like go through the paquetes de tortillas that we have del Milagro. Yeah, kind of saving them. So if she can, she'll make some, and she's like, I got it down to the T of the temperature, and she's fast. Yeah, boom, boom, boom here. So we live with my in-laws right now, and I'm like. My son está acostumbrando to that, and I'm like, man, I gotta learn when we move out because he's gonna be like, where are my tortillas
You're gonna
at?
be in trouble.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what was the hardest part starting your business here then from zero?
Just building a clientele, like
the clientele.
That I think that's the hardest part, like just getting your name out there, and nobody knows me here, you know, like. I mean, I lived here for a few years when I was like 18, 19 when I first got together with my husband. But like, I didn't make many friends. Like I didn't know many people, you know? So it's just like going to a place where you don't know many people and just trying to build. It was hard. Luckily, well, I rent a room in a salon. Mm-hmm. So they've helped me with their clients. That's helped a lot. Good. And then social media has helped. And like I said, I'm still trying to keep building. And all of this happening is just making it.
That was my next. How are you doing? How is this pandemic affecting you and your business? And how are you planning on getting back? You know, because I feel like things are going to change when we go back. The norm is no longer going to be the norm. And I don't know. Are there any certain guidelines they've set from permanent makeup as far as like when we go back? What we're supposed to do?
Not that I know of yet, but for permanent makeup, we're actually have to have our room like super sterile. So we're already on that board, you know. Yeah. I wear a mask.
I was gonna say
even when I do henna brows, I wear a mask and I wear gloves.
So you're already good in that sense.
Yeah, we're already good on that. I have like sterilizing wipes to clean everything. I clean my room after every client, no matter what, with the Cavicide wipes. Mm-hmm. So I'm already like,
that's good.
On top of that, yeah. So I think I'm just gonna have to have my clients wear a mask, and make sure that their hands are washed before they come into my room, and just make sure that they're not sick, and if they're sick, they have to cancel their appointment.
Yeah, it's so crazy though how like there's like the people that are positive or that are carriers for this virus and then don't have symptoms. I feel like that's the scariest part, right?
Yeah.
And then when you mentioned putting masks on for getting their services, I immediately thought, I was like, except for lip blushing.
Oh,
right?
well, yeah, no lip blushing.
I just thought about that right now. But yeah, I was looking at Instagram and I saw this hairstylist from Georgia. They're opened up and they're back at the salon. And she was cutting hair with gloves. And I've actually tried doing that already in the past before, because I cut my finger. And I was cutting hair, I cut my finger, and I didn't have Band-Aids with me. So me puse en guante. It's so hard to cut hair with gloves. Dude, so I'm just like, okay, that's going to have to be something that I'm going to have to do now, so.
Yeah, you're going to have to learn.
I'm going to have to learn. I'm going to practice my mannequin already, like how to cut hair with gloves. Even color. When I color hair, if I'm doing like a permanent all over color, I'll wear gloves. But if I'm foiling like with lightener, I don't. Maybe I'll wear one, but then I normally don't,
She doesn't.
I feel like it gets more all over the place when you wear gloves, right?
Yeah, como que se me caen las cosas más fácil, como que they slip out of my hand. I don't know. It's just, and then like trying to do extensions with the gloves, I don't even know how that's gonna happen. But
I don't know.
I guess I'm gonna have to adapt, ni modo.
Yeah. Have they told you the guidelines for hair yet, or no?
There's been some talk. Yeah, I've seen some stuff on Instagram for Illinois. So I think I've seen like the whole gloves, the mask of the client and us. That's pretty much all I've seen so far. As far as like the whole 6 feet thing, it's not gonna happen because
no,
literally right behind them. So I think I've heard that there's no blow drying gonna be allowed.
Why?
Because when you blow dry hair, like con el aire de la blow dryer, like if there's any germs or whatever, like se vuela, and so it's gonna like spread even faster and stuff. So it makes sense. But as a colorist, I immediately told my husband, I'm like, well, I don't know how that's gonna work out because I have to blow dry the hair to see the exact true color. When the hair is wet, it's like night and day difference. So yeah.
Maybe can you take them into a room and just blow dry them in a room inside of a room? I don't know. You gotta try to get creative.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
they'll have to come back the next day. Or
what
something.
About
right?
What about? I know you rent like spaces, right? What about like? Are you gonna have all of the girls working at the same time, or are you gonna do like different days for different people?
I've thought about that. So the way we're doing it now, it actually works out because I work mornings. I'm usually here 8 to 3, and a lot of the girls are here in the evening. And then they have like different schedules. Like one will be here, like some of them are here like beginning of the week, end of the week, So the only day I would say that we're all here except for myself, but like the other girls, it's Saturdays. So it's something that we're gonna have to like adjust,
Yeah. Like cut the day in half maybe and do like half.
What also helps us too is like some of our members here are in their own suite. So they're in their own private room. So then they could be here whenever they want, It doesn't matter if one's here and the other one's over there. And then as far as the floor, we're just going to have to figure out the timing with them. But I was looking and I think our stations are 6 feet apart.
Yeah.
It looks like they are. Because I don't like crowded places. I didn't want to be like here and then the girl literally right next to me. So our stations are pretty far apart. So I feel like that's going to help too.
Yeah. And I was also thinking about like, how clients are going to have to wait in their car until like you're ready and they're ready to come in.
We're by appointment only salon, so I find that a lot of times it's raro cuando viene mucha gente con ellos, Like it's normally just the person getting the service, but for sure now it's definitely going to be stated like, okay, only the person getting the service is going to be allowed. We can't have like a waiting here with them just because we don't want to have a lot of people. That's the thing, right? So, but yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a lot of changes.
Yeah, it's going to be a learning process.
Yeah,
and adjusting
we still have to look at like if we're going to have to provide gloves and masks and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so.
And like where are we going to order that stuff from? And
yeah, I've already tried to order masks and I can't find them anywhere. Gloves, Cavicide wipes. I have a new thing of Cavicide wipes, but after that's gone, like, where am I gonna find more?
So you normally get them, they're like out of stock?
Yeah.
Wow.
Everywhere I've looked for them, they're out of stock.
Because I was thinking, I was like, okay, if the healthcare workers can't get them, imagínate nosotros.
Yeah, we're not gonna. And you then if they do have them in stock, they're like, well, I haven't seen them in stock, but they do say like they prioritize to the healthcare workers. Yeah. So I'm just glad I still have a full thing, and then I'll figure it out once I'm running out, you know?
Yeah, I actually normally, when I go to the supply store and I have like a set of gloves, like a brand that I actually really like. And so when I go, I get like 10 boxes. Always.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm lucky I stocked up before with my gloves too, before all this craziness happened.
So I have a few boxes still left, so I'm not too nervous about that one. But yeah, I guess if we're going to be providing, you know, not just for me, but my clients, se van a acabar más rápido. So I don't know.
I think they should have to bring their own gloves and their own.
That's a good idea. Sorry, clients, you got to bring your own mask.
Yeah, if you don't bring your own mask and your own gloves, then I can't.
Yeah, that's true. Because it's going to be really hard to provide for everyone with that, you know?
Yourself and everyone. And you have to, like, one thing that really people don't understand is that if you're, especially at the stores, if you're touching something and then you go in the car and drive and use your steering wheel and touch everything,
the cross-contamination,
all the germs are there. So you have to constantly change your gloves.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, like, so if you're doing hair and you're wearing gloves and you have to touch something, you have to take those gloves off before you touch that stuff. Yes. So we're going to have to go through gloves. I mean, I normally do go through gloves a lot, but it's going to be hard.
It's going to get people. So what were we going to say?
I don't know.
I thought you were going to say something. No?
No.
Oh.
Was it?
I thought so, no?
Have you had like girls contact you wanting to get their stuff done now?
Like right now? Like, hey girl, can you do my eyebrows? Yeah. Can I come to your house? Because I've gotten that.
So many. And it hurts me to say I can't. But what I've been doing is just I'm telling them I can't schedule them until I know for sure. Because what I did in the past is I scheduled appointments and then I had to call them and then reschedule them and then again reschedule them. So it's like, you know, I'm just writing everybody's information down, your number. As soon as I am able to book and I know for sure that we're going to be open this date, I will call you and book your appointment, because it's just so much of a hassle having to reschedule appointments. And I'm sure for them too, it's kind of like stressful.
Yes, I've definitely, that's something that I started to do too. You know, at first, you know, I'm thinking, okay, May 1st. All right. So I had to cancel the last, because we closed the salon March 16th. So I think we closed 5 days before the state decided to close down or whatever. And so I had to like reschedule like 2 weeks worth of March, then April, then May, you know what I mean? And so, and now I'm to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm not going to be booking any more people. I'm just going to worry about the ones I have to reschedule and do that once we are given a date, you know, because I things keep changing and I keep having to contact all of them. And it's too much.
Hopefully is the first for real this time, June 1st.
Hopefully.
Because I can't go another month.
Yeah. I actually think I'm getting used to it.
You are?
Oh my God.
Like in a way, like, I don't know.
Well, it's because we're doing a lot of other things. That's why.
We're staying really busy. So honestly, if it wasn't for all the things we're working on, I would have been crazy.
Yeah.
For sure. But because my first couple of weeks when we were not doing much, I was having a hard time, and now my days go by so fast. So I think that's why I'm kind of getting used to it. But definitely can't wait to go back.
I am going crazy with both of my kids at home. I'm like, I'm having to meditate. As soon as my husband gets home from work, I'm like, I need to go upstairs, give myself 30 minutes to meditate, do some yoga, because I've like, I have a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. I have to cater to them.
Kids are hard.
All day, So
props to like stay-at-home moms. I say it all the time.
Yeah, dude.
Because I could not. Like,
I could never be a stay-at-home mom.
Me neither.
I'm not a good stay-at-home mom.
But it's true.
I'm a better working mom.
And especially like our kids too. Like my son, he's, you know, very, very active, and he does not chill. The only time he's chill is when he's sleeping.
That's
Otherwise, that's it.
That's my son too, and I had to take I had to take his pacifier away because he bit into it. And hello, and thank you. You're welcome. You have a good day. You too. Sorry.
The mailman.
Yeah. So he bit into it, and I was like, oh my God, no, what if I don't see that and he can choke, you know? So I'm like, okay, no more pacifier. So so now he's having a hard time like falling asleep and just being able to soothe himself. So it's been so tough. Like he wakes up in the middle of the night like 5 times, and I'm just like, oh my God, why?
Oh yeah.
Why did I do this to
myself? I feel like I have a newborn all over again. And he's 19 months. Is he 19 months? 19 months, yeah. Because he's so active, and normally, you know, before the pandemic, I would be at work and then I would come home and then we would go out somewhere.
Yeah.
We would go to like Target, the mall. Like he loves going to the mall and just people watch. Distraerse, you know? And so that was like a way of us being like, okay, let's go spend time and then have him like be entertained. And now we can't go anywhere. Yeah. So like,
and then the weather hasn't. Oh, it's nice. It's nice
now.
It's been nice this couple of days, but it had been raining and cold, and it was making it harder. And my kids are like extra clingy to me now, and it's like I can't breathe. Yesterday, I told my husband, you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta leave. I gotta go. I'm gonna go to the salon for a few hours, and I felt like it was so good for me.
Yeah.
I did something crazy, but it was good.
Oh, your lips.
I tattooed my lips.
No, yeah, but that's definitely needed.
Yeah. So yeah, if you have kids, try to get away for a couple hours every now and then.
Definitely. To keep your sanity. Otherwise.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep. Every now and then I tell my husband, I'm like, all right, here's your son.
Your turn. Your turn.
Yes.
Yeah, but see, it's like you guys are both working together. I'm by myself with both of them. My husband, thankfully, is still working.
Yes. That's good.
So yeah,
makes it harder for
you. What
you.
about I wanted to ask you, how are you guys like holding on? I know a lot of salons are struggling to stay open. Like I know a lot of salons have closed,
unfortunately,
already because they can't.
That's so sad. Unfortunately. So
how are you guys doing?
So luckily,
I mean, we weren't ready for this, but we
weren't
were
ready.
ready.
But we weren't ready. But you know, I feel like a salon owner, like you want to prepare for the worst no matter what. Like obviously, we didn't prepare for no pandemic you know, but you want to like financially prepare for whatever. What you know, like as a hairstylist, and I'm working behind the chair. My hand is what makes my money, right? If I do hair, I make money. But I always have to like think of how can I be like financially prepared if God forbid me lastimo la mano. I need both hands. You know what I mean? So so yeah, I mean, we're doing okay. Obviously, I don't know if you've applied for your business for any type of like help from the government. We haven't heard anything.
No, zero help.
I've tried and I haven't been able to.
Yeah, so anything. That's we're not being helped at all. But we're holding up well, and just taking it day by day.
Yeah. And I'm just hoping that as soon as we get back, it's gonna be like we're gonna come back stronger than ever. That's
yes, definitely, definitely.
What?
Oh, I don't know. I keep thinking like you're gonna say something. I don't know because you're like you said something on the microphone. No,
I don't think so.
I'm hearing things. It's the beer.
Well, we'll see.
But yeah, I don't know. I've heard of a lot of stories of salons closing, and I used to be like in a salon suite building, and a lot of the girls that I used to see at the salon suites, like a lot of them won't be returning to the salon suites, and that's so sad.
I think what helped us is like trying to stay positive.
Yeah.
Because at first we were like, shit, what are we gonna do? Right.
Yeah.
But then we were like, okay, there's a lot of other things that we could do to help our business. And,
like
so.
Sorry to interrupt, but I love what you did with the giveaway. I thought that was such a smart idea.
Oh, thank you.
And I stole that idea from you, and that helped me out a little bit.
Good.
So like just getting creative and innovative with how you can keep yourself, afloat during these times.
What was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. I hate when that happens. Oh yes, I got it back. So yeah, definitely have to, like, in times like these, we have to adapt and stay innovative and do what we can. One thing that I've done that I never thought I would do will be virtual consultations. Before this, I would always be one to be like, no, you have to come in person, and I have to see your hair and touch it, and to be able to give like a price, like a quote, and figure out a time frame for a service. Obviously, I can't do that now, so I've done like the whole virtual consultation, and it's done through a video call, and that has been really helpful for me, really good. And it's something that I'm actually I'm planning on still keeping. I'm gonna implement that, and I'm gonna have like virtual consultations available even when I go back to the salon, just because it's nice to be able to do that without them physically having to come to me. And it may not be an exact price on the service just because it's hard to tell, but at least it's a frame and an estimate. So that has been really helpful to me. And but more than ever now, I feel like as beauty professionals, we have to stay present on social media. I keep saying this. Stay present on social media and keep servicing our clients through our content. Like, I'm loving the tutorials you're doing. I feel like that's really helpful.
Thank you.
The brow tutorial you did, that one was really good. And little things like that. Like, we just have to be there for our clients one way or another.
You know what? I'm terrible being in front of the camera. Like, I'm a very shy person.
Same.
Once I get comfortable, I'll be a little crazier, but I'm super shy. So being in front of the camera and just like exposing myself is just like, when I posted that, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to delete it. I feel so stupid just hearing my voice, looking at myself. But you know what? Like,
I bet you got it, like, a great response, right?
Yeah, I did. And I'm hoping it helped some people. Cause I tried to let my eyebrows grow out when this whole thing started, and it was just driving me crazy. So I can't even imagine like what my clients were feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you want to feel pretty, even though you're not going anywhere.
Doesn't matter, but I feel like it helps to like get ready and, put some makeup on here and there, or at least, brush your hair.
Dude, just waking up and putting a little bit of makeup on,
it makes it
my whole day completely.
I agree.
Even if it's just mascara.
I agree. Sometimes my husband's like, oh, you have a consultation today, a virtual consultation, because I'm getting ready. I'm like, nope, this is just for me.
That's not true.
Yeah, just do it for yourself.
This is just for me. All right. So anyone wanting to enter your profession, anyone interested in doing permanent makeup, any advice for them?
Be patient. Be patient. Practice. It takes a lot of practice. And don't give up.
Good one. That's a good one. All right. I'm going to ask you some other different questions now that are not related to your business or more like fun questions. Actually, before I do this, I did want to ask you something. Since you're an entrepreneur, mom and wife, how do you do it to integrate it all?
Oh my God. I go crazy. But I do go crazy. But it's mainly like scheduling yourself right, I guess, like setting your times for everything. Like right now I only work, or not right now, but when I was working, I worked from 10 to 2 because I drop off my kids at daycare at 8:30, then go home, walk my dog, and then go to the salon, prepare for my first client. I probably do I do 2 or 3 clients, depending on what it is.
Right, on the service.
And and then 2:30, I'm out of the salon on my way to pick up my kids from daycare. Go home, cook, and it's just like having a routine and then sticking to it, I guess.
Yeah, time management is so important.
Yeah, and then Saturdays I work 10 to 4. It's a little bit longer. If I have clients that can't come in the mornings, then I'll figure out who can take care of my kids, and then I'll make an exception for them to come in the evening during the week.
It's crazy how our kids run our lives.
Yeah.
Everything revolves around them. Yes. But
you gotta make it work. But they're the motivation.
They
The
are.
power.
Definitely. I feel like being in quarantine with them has been so fucking hard, but at the same time, it's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, now I'm ready for the next questions. All right, so who is your favorite microblader? Someone that inspires you.
Someone that inspires me.
Someone you enjoy maybe like watching on Instagram or that you would like to get trained by? Or...
She's on Instagram as Fleek Brows.
Oh, okay.
And she's from Vietnam.
Oh.
And she's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And I just like love watching her work, and everything she does is just like, it blows my mind.
What does she do that inspires you so much?
She's just so good at everything. Like her strokes are so crisp, and she's just really good. Her strokes look so natural, and I don't know.
Her talent.
Her content is really good too, and I don't know. It's just really, really, really inspiring.
So, what was her Instagram? Fleek Brows.
Fleek Brows.
Okay.
Shout out Fleek Brows.
Yeah, shout out to them. So if you're interested in entering this industry, or if you're already in the industry and you want to get some inspiration, check that out.
Yeah. And if you're interested in entering it, make sure you do your research and learn from somebody that's qualified, not just anybody. Get a good training, because it's not hard, but it's not easy. You have to have the good foundation, a really good foundation to be successful.
Definitely. It's definitely, yeah. And I feel like permanent makeup has been trending, right? It's been like very popular within like the last year or so. So I've definitely seen a lot of people that are like wanting to enter the industry. And but yeah, I feel like you definitely want to make sure that it's something that you're passionate about, and that something that you're gonna be patient enough to learn. Because practice makes perfect.
Yep.
All right. What is your favorite restaurant in California? A restaurant that you miss.
A restaurant.
Or anywhere for food.
Well, In-N-Out is the first place I hit once I land. Yeah. And then once I have like time to drive, because it's like 45 minutes away from my house, I go to a ramen place called Sujita. I think that's what it's pronounced. But it's bomb. It's spelled TSUGJITA.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
My husband, he actually made ramen noodles the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
If you like ramen, that place is bomb. I've never tasted better ramen.
Really? So what's your favorite order on their menu from them? What do you normally
get? They just have like 3 basic ramen. It's either just the ramen noodles in the soup with the vegetables, or you can get it with egg, or extra pork, or you can get the ramen noodles on the side, just the noodles, and then the soup by itself with vegetables, or with egg, or with extra pork. So either one. And then they do have like little side dishes, like pork buns and stuff like that. Those are really good too.
Okay.
There's a ramen place in like Palatine that's supposed to be really good.
¿Cómo se llama?
I don't know.
Oh.
But I wanted to try it when I used to work in Schaumburg.
Oh, okay.
It looked really good. It got like 5 stars on Yelp. So
that's not too far.
Look it up and let us know.
Yeah.
I love ramen.
So you mentioned In-N-Out. So you think In-N-Out is better than Portillo's?
It's completely different. It's burgers and hot dogs. You can't compare. I love Portillo's.
Actually, we don't.
Let me clarify that. So when I go to Portillo's, so I actually don't like hot dogs.
She doesn't.
Or what are those? The beef sandwiches. The Italian
beef?
Yeah, given the night, I actually don't like that either. So my go-to when I go to Portillo's is burgers. So I guess that's why I assume everybody else goes there for burgers, like me.
No.
But
she
I've never had a burger.
Oh, okay. So have one and then let me know which one you like better.
I think a better question would be like Five Guys versus like In-N-Out.
Oh, okay.
Or Shake Shack versus In-N-Out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She's gonna say In-N-Out.
I'm gonna say In-N-Out. Yeah.
Whoa.
I think even if I try the Portillo burgers, I'm gonna say In-N-Out.
Well, don't get mad, but last time we were in California, we went to In-N-Out, and my wife had a really bad experience.
You didn't order it right. What did you order?
We did the animal.
Yeah, I did how you guys do it.
Right, the
Animal stuffed rice?
the animal, right?
Grilled
Animal.
onions on your burger?
What?
Grilled onions in your burger?
Yeah, like however, yeah, like the traditional Cali
why
way.
didn't you like it?
So no, I liked it. I liked it, but I guess I just thought that was such a big hype. You know what I mean? And like everybody's like, you have to go there like right after you like land or whatever.
I think that was just like one bad experience. Though,
And yeah, it was only once. No, and I liked it. I was just like, I think
It's not as great.
Well, I was just like, I think I like at the time I said I think I like Portillo's better, but that was before I tried Five Guys.
And now she likes Five Guys better.
Have you tried Five Guys?
I have.
And
She didn't like it.
No, you don't like it.
I like it. It's just I like it better.
and I'm obsessed with Five Guys. It's so good. That and Shake Shack. Shake Shack is good. But I think if I had to pick one, I would pick Five Guys.
Well, those fries are
so good. It's a
I
little
don't
more
know. In-N-Out
expensive,
just tastes
but
like home.
I think
Yeah.
you have like those ties. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's home to you.
Yeah.
So no matter what, like you're always it's gonna be your go-to.
I think we need to go back because I think that was a bad experience.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I
Maybe they were too
love
busy.
In-N-Out when we go to like Vegas.
No,
When I used to go to Vegas, I used to always go to In-N-Out. Like, let's go to In-N-Out. Let's go to In-N-Out. And
yeah, I have to try it again.
Yeah. I think you have to try it again.
All right. So besides having lived in California and now living in Illinois, where else would you want to live?
Let's see. I'd like to go back to Mexico and live a few years in Mexico.
Yeah.
In my parents' little town. Yeah. Like I said, I had such a great childhood. I would love my kids to grow up there, like, or experience it for a couple of years, you know?
You could totally do
really
like
cool.
a permanent makeup academy and you would be so successful.
Wait, what was that?
I said you could totally do like a permanent makeup academy in Jalisco or wherever you move to in Mexico and be
Probably not in the
No?
town that I want to live in because it's so small.
Oh, okay. En la
I want to
ciudad?
open one here. I want to open one here. Hopefully soon.
So that was my next question also that I think I missed asking. It was like, what are your plans? Any like goals you would like to open up an academy?
Yeah, my next plans are to open up an academy for
That's
microblading
awesome.
and permanent makeup
That's
and
really
henna
cool.
brows.
Oh, that's a really good one. So I feel like you don't see that too much, right? Henna? Like at least local here. Like I've seen videos on social media.
I've seen it, but not the way
you do it.
Yeah,
No.
like my technique is a little different.
Yeah, you go like all out. And I had, I think I told you when I saw you, I had one henna experience and I thought I liked it. I was like, oh, this is cool. I liked it. I like it. But then I saw your video and I'm like, I have to go check her out because it's like, it's completely different. And I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is good.
Yeah, I love doing henna.
All right. Is there anything that I should have asked that didn't? Anything you want to share?
No, I think you covered everything.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Would what you do work on my beard? Like
It would work, but if you decide to shave it, then it's gonna look weird.
So I would have to keep it like really low.
Yeah.
I have like one little spot right here. Where
Yeah, this is your spot where like it's more the hair's more sparse.
Why don't you just tint it? Maybe we can do
Like
henna
on
on
the-
it.
Oh,
Try henna.
henna.
Because I've seen the YouTube videos where they're like,
They
painting
spray
it on.
that thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, super like sharp.
Yeah. But I only have like one little tiny spot right here
Yeah.
where
And I cut his hair, so when I'm cutting his hair, it's like
it makes it hard
It's so hard trying to do a line on like sparse area, but
yeah.
it's like my eyebrows. This is my sparse side. No, this is my sparse side, and this is my good side. All right.
Well, let's give it a try. Maybe we can come up with something
We should
new.
totally do a YouTube video on this.
A YouTube video.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right. So at the end of our podcast segment, when we have guests, we wanted to do like a what would you like your sign to say? type of thing. So I'll explain that. So any type of like quote or anything that you want to like leave our listeners with, like any phrase.
Yeah.
Oh man, I
And then
gotta think about this.
And then we'll on the YouTube video, like we'll have it like displayed on top as you're signed.
Okay, let me think.
So
I'm probably gonna butcher this because I don't know exactly if I'm wording it correctly.
That's okay.
But this is a quote from Frida Kahlo that I like.
Okay.
She said, "Para qué quiero pies si tengo alas para volar."
Oh yes,
That's
a good one. That's such a good one. I like that. So we'll definitely put that on your sign.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I like that one.
That's one of my favorites.
She had such good ones. También tiene otro que I can't remember right now, but she has such good ones that sometimes I'll see like on Pinterest or whatever, and I'm like,
yeah. You know, some of my favorite quotes. También, what's her name? Oh my God. Maria Felix.
Yes, I was thinking. I was like,
oh
is she talking about her?
her?
She was. Ya se murió, right? La
Such
señora?
a feminist.
Yeah.
Like back in the day too, like she was just too badass.
Yes, you're right. She has really good quotes too. Maria Felix, La Doña. Mm-hmm.
La Doña, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun. I love your shirt, by the way. Can you show us? ¿Qué dice?
Chicano Batman.
Oh,
it's one of my favorite bands. So check it out.
Oh, really? It's a band?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a
We'll check
music
it
band
out.
from Los Angeles.
Oh, what kind of music?
It's like, oh my God, I can't explain it. The vibe is kind of like Richie Valens vibe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to have to
Go
check that
it out.
Yeah, Chicano Batman. All right.
Yeah.
I like how like they were inspired by like the mazapan.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I thought that's what it was at first.
It's so cool. Yeah. I love it. All right, girl. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Thank
Peace.
you.
Peace.
Bye. All right, that was a lot of fun. Wow. It's so much fun, like getting to know people's stories.
Right? Having guests.
Yeah, this is so cool.
It's pretty cool.
So if you have any suggestions or anyone, like any Latino, Latina, entrepreneur, any badass that you would want us to have as a guest, let us know.
Let us know.
This is it for a podcast today.
Yeah, because we're already at like an hour.
Oh shit. We had so much fun talking to Ivonne. All right. So yeah, this was our 7th episode.
Yep. 7.
And thank you for listening to us. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe. And that's it. We're out.
Peace out.